You know, it's mixed bag with Harmattan. Some people like the fact that the weather is cool, at least there isn't as much heat in the morning, that is. But then afternoon comes and you could feel that heat, it's dry and all. So it's a very tricky weather, right? It's not as though the snow in other climes, I'm talking winter, is better really. It's just the white feel and the fact that you can do snow angels and stone people with snow. But the point I'm trying to make is this is a weather condition, a climatic condition that we're used to already, but not everyone is able to go through it or sail through it smoothly. And this morning, we want to give you some sort of tips that can help you be at your very best in spite of the harsh weather conditions. We have joining us on the program this morning, public health specialist and resident doctor at Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Lillian Ochai. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Brief.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
You know, you don't look like the Harmattan, I must say. So let's first start with your old personal routine. How do you stay all glowed up during Harmattan? Then we'll get into the nitty-gritties.
All right. Thank you for that. So as we know, it's really dry out here. So I have always my lip balm. Okay, so my lips are not dry. And then I make sure that I moisturize. So I have a body oil that I always use. And then hydration is also very important. I make sure to drink lots of water to keep, my body well hydrated. So also ensuring that I take, fruits and vegetables are also very good in improving the immune system in times like this where, there's so much, germs and microorganisms being spread by this dust. So to keep your immune system strong and ready to fight anything that comes. So it's important that you stay healthy. So these are some ways in which I, combat this season, Harmattan, and the issues that could come from it. Yeah.
And it's great to see you're practicing what you preach. But not everyone has this understanding. First, a lot of people are just trying to hustle, their way through. So people don't really have time for what did you call it? Lip balm? Come on, I'm trying to make money, right? so walk us through
we don't want chapped lips,
Exactly, right? But walk us through first. Maybe this can help drive the point home. What does a Harmattan season do to the body? What does that season, that can help people get a sense of why this is important. So walk us through what this Harmattan does to the body.
Yes. Okay. So, like I said earlier, it's characterized by dry. The season it's just dry. Sometimes cold, hot. There's variations in temperature, and then wind moving lots of this dust. So it can affect the body in different ways, right? So, like I mentioned, the skin is one of it. So it could cause dryness. And it's important that, we moisturize to avoid our skin just looking white and things like that. Another way it can affect is also when this dust moves, they also move with germs, microorganisms, and things like that. And when, people come in contact with them, they touch things that surfaces with this dust and things like that. They could get some infections, and also some could come down with cold, flu, and then people that are asthmatic also are at higher risk of experiencing attacks in periods like this, because dust is one of the main triggers to some of these attacks. Another way it affects the body is in particular is sickle cell patients. So they usually tend to have crisis also in times like this due to reduced oxygen in the air. So it's important that we take precautions to help ourselves to feel better and help our immune system to be better in times like this.
And you've headed, rightfully to the next destination. By the way, I'll remember to adopt some of those glow routines that you have taught us to enjoy some of your glow as well. But talk to us about what asthmatic patients and even sickle cell patients can do during this season, because I really do feel for them. Inevitably, some of them may have to go out just to make ends meet, and not all of them have a vehicle to travel in. Some of them, have to commute in public transport. I've seen quite a few people this season, put on nose masks, but the level of dust being lifted during this season is quite concerning for these category of people. So what can they do to protect themselves?
Okay, thank you very much for that. So, before I speak generally, so for asthma patients in particular, it's important that they move around with their inhalers. It's important that they have their inhalers. So in a situation where there's an attack or something coming up, so they can easily help to decongest the airways in that period. But generally, like you mentioned, face masks, especially in areas that there's excessive amounts of dust and things like that. It's important that people use face masks, especially those that are vulnerable, just like sickle cell patients, asthmatic patients, and some other people with reduced immune systems that have some other conditions, So it's important that they use face masks to reduce their exposure to these things. Then another is adequate fluid intake. It's very important, like I said, to stay hydrated. It helps to maintain respiratory moisture and reduce the risk of irritation. So we should ensure that people are aware of this. And also, people should also look out for signs of dehydration. Okay, because when the person is not well hydrated and there's some imbalance in the electrolytes in the body, they could come down with dehydration. And some symptoms that we can look out for: feeling really thirsty, dark yellow or strong smelling urine, headedness, feeling tired, the dry mouth, lips, and sunken eyes. So these are signs of dehydration. And when, the fastest way to cure dehydration is to drink fluids, particularly those that contain electrolytes like sport drinks or oral rehydration solutions. So people need to take this very seriously. And another is the use of air purifiers or humidifiers in indoor environments to improve air quality. So this is another way that people can help themselves in times like this to filter out the smoke and unpleasant odors in the home. Then ensuring regular cleaning of ventilation systems to prevent dust accumulation also for those that have air conditioning system is also very important. Then I already talked about the diet earlier. So this is also very important for everyone, including those that are among the vulnerable population. So fruits, vegetables, eating and these things help to contribute to a strong immune system, and it plays a significant role in reducing the risk of respiratory infections that could come up. So not only people with asthma are at risk, also there's also another condition called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So these people also tend to have sometimes this dust and things like that could trigger them. And also the elderly are also within the vulnerable population. So it's also important, especially those that have pre-existing conditions, to make sure that they pay more attention to their health and, try to stick to these things that I mentioned earlier.
All right, doctor, let me be sentimental for a moment. They say that black people or Africans generally, we don't have a good health-seeking behavior. If you bring that down, I think women have a better health-seeking behavior than men. So help men.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So now, What package here for men? That's my question. This is
Okay. I mean, we will just have to keep talking. You know, it's like a lot of men normally when they leave their houses, they hardly do much. But I mean, now it's you have to do you just have to do something. Moisturize. You can also have a lip balm just for your lips, and it doesn't have to be those ones that will be very obvious and like looking like a girl or something, but lip balms for guys also, and then hydration, you know, things like that, and also wearing light clothings also, especially because of the heat, things like that. So that's basically it.
So thank you very much on behalf of all the men. I would like to thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I see men chuckling. But again, maybe you should speak to us about the kind of cases you also get at times like this. Just how, what is the hospital setting like? What are the cases people present at times like this? So we also know. I know doctors don't quite get a holiday. It's like the work you get. But walk us through what the hospital setting is like at times like this.
Okay, yes. So I already spoke about the vulnerable population. So in times like this, asthma attacks go up, and sickle cell crisis also come up a lot. So we would usually be expecting that people would come in with crisis that we'll have to manage, and people with asthma would also come in with exacerbations and things like that. Then also in extreme conditions, people could have heat-related illnesses where it's so hot that the body cannot control the temperature to cool it down. So they could also come with lightheadedness, fainting, you know, things like that that we have to manage. Then respiratory infections also. Some could also come down with pneumonia due to these organisms that are in the dust or in the air. So when they present with cough, you know, chest pain, productive cough, high-grade fever, things like that. So these are the things that we'll be expecting related to the Harmattan season.
There you go. We wish you the very best, and to those watching as well. Please keep these tips to heart, right? We've survived this time and again, but I think we can even not just survive it, but we can thrive during this season. I know a lot of people wish I were in winter, snow, and all of that, but hey, it comes with its own challenges as well.
Yes.
Exactly.
Is our winter.
There you go. And winter
Yeah.
comes with its own challenges, and they are able to, you know, guard against it, keep warm, and all of that. So let's, you know, own our own and ensure that we do well with it. But we have to thank you so much for sharing some of your knowledge and glow with us. We've been speaking with Dr. Lillian.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Public health specialist and resident doctor, Lagos University Teaching Hospital. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, we're back from the hospital, or at least from the doctor's consulting room. But we'll take a moment now. When we return, we have some conversation around food. Oh, yes. Stay with us.